17 of my challenge. I'm trying to reach the rating of 2000 in chess within 30 days. And today the games are a big fight. Will I have to play the GROB for the first time? Alright, my opponent played d4. No gambits for today. We go with... Ooh, okay, they are pre-moving. I played the move e3. I'll play c5. because they are pre-moving. What are those pre-moves? So it seems like they won't develop the pieces just very quickly. Fine, I will do a reversed Queen's Gambit. Can this pawn be taken? Because the point is that I'm leaving this pawn for free, but after taking, my opponent has an opportunity to defend it with the move b4. Yeah, I'll play a5 to try to stop the move b4. This is a little bit the idea of the Queen's Gambit. Basically, but you played with white, but my opponent played so strange moves that it feels like, okay, maybe I'll be able to play it. Okay, now I will play even the move a4. I know this just seems so crazy, but I really want to stop the move b4. Because now if b4 happens, what do we have to play? The en passant. And if this pawn, okay, now I play bishop here. This is very important because protects the check and also protecting the pawn, because if not, the pawn would be hanging. So the entire idea of this opening is that I am giving away a pawn, but this pawn is weak and allows me to go for the center with the BBC and then to capture this pawn eventually. And it's a very good trade because I traded a central pawn, the d pawn, for a side pawn, the c pawn. I mean, not such a side pawn, but side pawn close to the center. Let's put it that way. But I have two strong pawns controlling all those critical squares, which is amazing. And I'm going to get back the pawn. The typical way to defend is by playing the move b4. That's why I played the move a5, a4 to stop this. So this is the entire idea. Now I think I will be taking back this pawn. There is not much that my opponent, let's put a different color. Not much that my opponent can do here. Okay, they go with the knight there. I think I can simply take by developing. That's definitely great. And now guys, I'm really not hurrying to take there because once my opponent takes, I'm developing a piece. I want to say you something, guys. I read all the comments that you leave. And thank you so much for being so wholesome. I really appreciate that. Also, I see all your suggestions. And somebody in particular wrote this. I forgot what I wanted to say. I'm so bad at this. Okay, wait. C4? Now maybe... no. Somebody said that he likes a lot this tip of not trading just for the sake of trading pieces, but to understand if you can get an advantage. And now I think I can get an advantage by trading, because this little pony will land on b5 and is basically like an isolated pawn in a way, because this pawn cannot be protected by any friend. After pawn takes, this has to be played. This pawn will be weak for a while. The only plus of that pawn is that it's stopping my knight to go to the most natural square, c6, but I will find another path for the knight to go out, probably knight d7, knight b6 and knight c4, something like this, but it requires a bit more time. I'm just checking if we have a direct way to attack this pawn and to win it. There would be something like rook here, queen b6 and then taking this pawn, but honestly that's not good because my opponent has simply knight c3 but also bishop d2 attacking the rook. Fine, we'll just develop the knight. Okay, they go there, this is very logical, and I think this is also very logical. My knight goes here, protecting, and also aiming for some active square on c4. What am I going to do next? So, once you develop all the pieces, it's time to make a plan. There is not so much in chess literature a good resource about how to make a plan in chess. There is not a book that explains you how to make a plan in every situation. It's very tough to find, and if you have it, a good book, let me know in the comments. And the reason is that it's very hard to make a book like this. Because in some situation you have a clear plan, in other situation you just have to follow some general rules, like improve your pieces, try to control open files. So in this moment we have a plus that is the center. So first of all, I really still need to find a way to activate my rooks because there are some pieces that are not playing. Now, before going on, we have to ask a question. What is the last move of my opponent doing? It's attacking this pawn. So we should try to defend it. I think there is a very natural move that is queen here, which is protecting the pawn and connecting the rooks. I don't know if you've heard already this definition in chess, connecting the rooks. What does it mean? That the rooks can be friends with each other, they're protecting each other, and it's very useful because sometimes rooks can be very powerful if you put both of them in the same file. For example, if you go rook here, then rook up, and then the other rook here. And this you can just do if there is no piece in between the rooks. If not, doesn't work. Now, I think there is a knight jump that looks so amazing, attacking a bishop and a pawn, so it's kind of with tempo, and we do it. This queen here is also feeling not so comfortable because it's basically alone, surrounded just by my pieces. I think this rook is doing quite a good job here defending this pawn, so the other rook might have to go on the c file, which is the open file, or on the d file, and maybe one day we'll push d4. You know what? I'll go on the d file, because on the c file, my rook is doing nothing. I mean, okay, it's theoretically the open file, but there's no chance to help something, because this knight is blocking very well, protected by a pawn, protected by a knight. Not so easy, but I see the chance to play the move d4 at some point. h3 is usually a useful move, giving to the king some space. I think I will do the same. Yes. I'm not bored of chess and I'm just playing boring moves. It's just that sometimes you don't have like a way to strike and to kill, I mean on the chessboard, your opponent. So you have to play some more cautious moves. Now the queen goes all the way back and is attacking this little pony. Don't tell me that I have to go back with the knight. I have to go back with the knight. I don't know if there was a better move. At least I didn't see it. And then we might place the rook back here. Okay, now there is an idea. For example, if the rook goes on the c... Ooh. Now this is a very important moment. Do we take en passant or not? I think we will. But then the pawn will be pushed here. So pick, pack. We also have pook, pack, pook. Oh, bing bong bang, what am I doing? What is this pick, pook, pack? So we take en passant and then we play this. Bing, boom, and the knight has to go. The knight cannot go here, cannot go here, cannot go here, cannot go here. So the knight has to go backwards, one of these three squares. And then I could even go forward with the pawn attacking the other knight. This is quite crazy. Okay, guys, I like this move. So I'll take here, and queen takes. I think that's quite obvious. This pawn is protected 3 times, attacked 3 times, so not a big deal, but I will play this move. And after pawn takes, I'm taking. There we go. And who is protecting this knight? That's a very good point. Little pony are protecting each other, but not for a long time, because this is under attack, and this cannot be protected if this knight moves away. I think I'm winning. And in this game, you see, if you try to understand what was my plan, I wasn't following a clear plan. Or okay, let's put it that way. The plan is a plan that you can apply in every single situation. Try to get the most out of each of your pieces. So to activate them, to improve them, like obsess about this point. Making the best out of each piece. I've also like heard an advice that you should like talk with your pieces. I don't know if I should mention the person that gave me this advice. You might think that he's crazy, but he's a grandmaster, you know. Okay, I'll go with the queen here just because my queen is under attack, and then I might take on f2. Okay, so we have an extra piece. You know what is the drill here. Either you trade pieces or you start an attack and give checkmate. In this situation, I think both approaches are completely good. Right now, this king is not feeling so happy, but I don't have a very direct attack. So what I do, improve my pieces. This is valid in every single moment. Knight on c4, and also if you see grandmaster games, they are a lot around. They're a lot going around this point, making the best out of each piece. Now I have a very nice move, or maybe not. I was thinking about sacrificing this, but there is an intermezzo bishop there, because the idea is that after rook takes, queen takes, I can take here. But after rook takes, there is bishop here. Then I can take with the rook, the queen takes, and I have discovery check with the knight, knight here. But there is a check here, and then I move the king, and this rook can be moved. So, I think that I won't take there. And in that case, I have to move my queen, keep this knight protected. And where do we go? I mean, maybe we don't even need to protect the knight. We can play like queen here and trade and take there. But then rook here. This is complicated. Okay, let's go back here. Then rook c1. Okay, but then we have knight there. This is good. If a rook goes there, we can move this knight by attacking the queen. And it should be alright. Also, we can just take here. Knight takes. Okay, I think we'll play this. Because if we play this move immediately, maybe this, then we can play this or take here even. Bing, boom, bang. Unclear. Okay, I will take here first. Knight takes. Oh, Fruk, intermezzo. Oh, no way. Did I blunder? Oh, no. I blundered. Oh, my God. I blundered. Oh, wait, if I lose this game, I have to play the GROB and I have 2 minutes. Come on. No time to be sad. Fight. Okay, so we go with the queen here. I don't think I have a better move, right? Yeah, we try to protect. If my opponent takes with the queen, we trade everything and I take this pawn. So they have to take with the knight and they will have an extra pawn. This is a very good move. Now, I will go with the... Let's play a rook here. We're attacking this. Okay, that's smart. And we go with the rook here. So 2 rooks are stronger than 1 rook. Okay, I really have few time. They go all the way back. No. Let's improve the knight. We have to start over here. 1 minute 40 seconds. I could lose this game. I'm a pawn down. What I'm trying to do now is to start an attack towards this king and don't be too angry with myself. And this is something that you have to do in your life. So not to do some too much angry talks with yourself when you do mistakes. But in chess is the same. If you're kind with yourself, yourself is kind with yourself. This is like high level. Just ignore me. Okay, we go. This is a fork, but we would just end up trading. So I'm going here. I'm attacking this rook, and I'm really aiming for this fork. So the rook goes there, and then I don't know exactly, but we will find a way. So I will play... Wait! I can do this! That's FG! Because after rook takes, haha, the rook is hanging. But there is just 1 minute to go, so we have to speed up. Speed up! Okay, we take, we go here, and we go back here. So now the king is really very weak. Extremely weak. My plan is just to go with the rook there and try to give mate. That's the idea. 1 minute 14. We go with the rook. We slide it all the way back, threatening some very annoying thing for my opponent. Now I push my pawn here, block this square. I give a check, and I also give another check. There we go. And I have a check here, but I will take here once. 59 seconds. It's not amazing. I take here. I'm threatening to take there. This would be very, very bad for my opponent. Okay. The knight, attention, because there is this threat. I'll give this check. Oh, maybe that's very bad. What am I doing now? Oh my god, Rob. Okay, wait. I'll take here. Oh. Okay. 30 seconds. I'm threatening mate. Oh my god. Check here. This doesn't look good. 25 seconds. Oh no. If I lose, I have to play the GROB next game. Oh no. Check! Check! Ah, that's a free rook! My opponent panicked. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm panicking as well. But I'll win this. Oh my cheese macaroni! We did it. Crazy. New game. Oh my god, I should have waited. I promised myself that for this video, I'm not playing e4. So we play something more. So before we saw already the idea of the Queen's Gambit. So let's see it again. My opponent is protecting this pawn with the knight, which is atypical. Usually you protect it with the pawn. This allows us to take here. And after knight takes or queen takes, we go with the 2 pawns in the center. So that's amazing. Every time you can do that, you have to do that. Then you end up in positions where you have more space in the center. So this knight here is doing absolutely nothing. Congratulations. We just developed the pieces. So knight out, other knight out, bishops out. Always, you know, trying to develop them in the most annoying squares. Okay, e6, knight out. Now this pawn is blocking our bishop, so maybe we might consider to move it somewhere else. Then c4, maybe to move d3 just to hit this point. But as you might have heard from me already, I don't like to exchange bishop, and I think it's not a good idea. You shouldn't trade bishops for knights in open positions. Open position are those where the center is not blocked by many pawns, you know, and this is an open position, definitely. So I might play the move a3 to kick this knight back. You might say, why didn't you play the move a3 immediately? Because this knight is not disturbing me at all. And there is no way that the knight is going to disturb me later on. So now I protect this pawn first before playing the move bishop d3, because this pawn is protected twice, but if I move this bishop here, I interfere with the protection. It's actually not a problem. I should have played bishop d3 anyway, because it was a good way to show a very nice trap. But it's too late. It's too late for that. But pity that I didn't see. I could have actually played this, because, let me show you. I can play this because after knight takes, and queen takes, the queen is unprotected. I can bring the bishop here, give a check, and the queen is attacking the other queen, so I win the queen and the game. So I played bishop e3, too late for regrets. I think my opponent should castle, but they will be in big danger when they castle. But if they don't castle, what are they doing? To stay with the king in the center? Not really a great idea, because I'm going to push this pawn. Look at this, guys. This line was really not good, because, let's go here. Because you see these knights are blocking each other, and if the knight tries to develop here, then they are blocking the bishop. I think like the best way for my opponent would be to play knight here and then knight f6. This is a very natural square for the knight to try to protect the king. This h6 is also fine, but I'm not sure if it's really necessary. Probably better to just go with a knight there. Castle, and we might also castle. Yes, why not? I see a possible idea for a checkmate. Bing, boom, bum. And then we are threatening mate there, and it's not so easy for my opponent to do anything about that. Because if they push here, I'm taking there. Attacking the rook has to move. And then the situation is not any fun for my opponent. This is what I call a fun position. Yes, that's lots of fun for us. Not sure if we can say the same about our opponent, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately for them. I want to say something about how you should deal with these positions. With the black pieces, usually you have to attack the center. If you leave white with this good center, you are just having so much fewer space. Usually you have just 3 ranks, and instead white is like having at least 4. So it's like an unfair advantage, because with so many pieces, it's really hard to deal with so few space. So you have to fight against the center. And 2 ways to fight for this are c5 or e5. Always you have to try to do such moves. And now it's not so easy, because this knight is not well placed. Really, this knight would love to be here and then to play c5 immediately. And then after c5, develop this knight immediately and to see what to do with this bishop. Because the bishop could go in fianchetto or could just go on d7. Now maybe the move e5 could be a try. Maybe knight here and e5. I don't know, because after you play the move d5, I don't have to take and make you trade pieces, no? Because this would be a dream for black. Play knight here, then e5, I trade, then we trade also a pair of knights, they land up with a knight here, they are ready to bring this bishop out there or there, whatever. That would be a dream. But after the move knight here, and e5, let's say that my opponent can play 2 moves in a row, well, I can play the move d5. This knight has to move where? Like here, well, it doesn't look so good. I played b4 and they lost the knight. So the knight has to go all the way back. Doesn't look any good. My opponent is really thinking a lot. You see, they are left just with 3 minutes. That's a huge sign that their position is really not pleasant. Okay, finally they played the move a6. But honestly, I don't know how much this move helps. The idea is quite clear. They want to go with the move b5, but now I will follow my plan. My plan is to play bishop here to bring the queen on d3. And then, okay, they are also not doing much here. I might just play this move. I want to say one very important thing. Every time you have the pawn next to each other, if you push them, you have to do just because you obtain something amazing. If not, never play such a move. Because every time you push a pawn, you leave so many weak squares around. Imagine a knight getting there. Now, I did this just because I'm for sure winning at least a pawn in such a situation. Because now I'm threatening mate. If g6, I take here. If f5, I would have taken en passant, rook or whatever takes. I have a check, king goes here. I have something. I have, for example, I could give a check, the king goes there. I could also think about taking that pawn. I'm not sure because there is rook h8, but then I could play the move d5 instead of taking this pawn. Maybe I don't even have to give this check because I'm blocking my queen, but I can play d5 immediately, and that should be completely winning. Now I'm taking here, attacking the rook. Now I have to try to bring a knight to the attack, and I think there is a very nice idea. You see, like, all these pieces, they are, like, really not helping the king at all. At all. Nothing. What I'm going to play here is the move bishop g5. That's a smart move. Because I'm trading the only piece that is helping a little bit my opponent, which is this bishop. I maybe don't even take and I play knight f6 now. This knight is also going the completely wrong way, because the knight should have tried at least to go to f8 to protect some critical squares. This is like the very wrong way. The knight is going towards d5, but even if you get there, it's just too late for that. You'll be checkmated before. Should we play... Okay, this is just amazing. Because I was thinking about this, then bing, boom, the queen moves to then bring the queen there. I mean, everything is so good. But this seems like just the easiest way. The easiest way. So my opponent will take back. They also have so few time. And now I give this check. The king moves. I'll take here. I'll go with the other knight there. And then I'll slide the queen. I mean, probably my opponent will play, sorry, queen h8 to try to defend. But then I still have queen to... Okay, they don't even try that. Okay, this knight here is decent. It's a decent piece. Because now if I play this, they have queen h8. Okay, I will play queen there. I'm just attacking this. Knight there. I'll take. Oh, I'll take. Yeah, it was a bad move because they had to take with the f-pawn and then the king is just much more weak. So for tactical reason. Now I have an extra rook, so I'm just trading down a little bit. They might just resign here. Okay, they don't resign. So what we have to do, remember, I know that like how to make a plan in chess can be so hard because in many situations you don't know what to do. Like, okay, what do I do now? You feel lost. But remember, one single plan in chess, try to improve your worst piece. Try to improve your piece in the way you can and to play with all of them. And this is a plan that you can apply in every single situation, a universal plan. All right, last game. We don't play e4, so we play again d4. I think this video is very fun if it's about the Queen's Gambit. So my opponent is playing the modern defense with d4. Okay, I will play with c4 just to go on with this Queen's Gambit spirit. Now we go with the other knight, and we might be able to place a third pawn in the center of the board. Okay, we do that. 3 pawns here, they look very strong. And now, where is this knight going? I'm taking lots of space. This knight has to go here, or be lost on h5. this is why controlling the center is really important. So you have to be really careful to do this. Now the knight is lost, doesn't have a square to go, and I won a piece in 6 moves. If my opponent resigns, we play one more game. Okay, they don't resign. So I have to show you how to win with an extra piece. Now, they got some compensation, this open file. And also that, like, the squares are a little bit weak. Actually, Carson played a game last week against Abasov where he played the move g4, which is fun. It was like a very complex game, a Rossolimo, was Sicilian with bishop b5, and then at some point he plays this rook g1 and g4, which is the delayed GROB. Do you know, guys, what is the GROB? I have even a video where I explain how to win fast with the GROB. It's of course a bad opening, it's the worst chess opening in chess, but it's very tricky, so I've played it sometimes just to have fun in bullet and blitz games. Remember, for all those that like, you know, want just serious opening, remember chess is also needs to be fun. So sometimes you can also play some different openings, just that you are aware you're having fun. You're not improving your rating, you're not improving your chess, you're just having fun. And sometimes it's completely fine. Well, actually many times it's completely fine. Yesterday I've heard that having fun means doing something without purpose. Without any purpose. You don't want to improve, you don't want to do that, you just want to have fun. And sometimes it's very beneficial. Okay, so I was talking about philosophy a little bit. So here we have an extra piece. What I did in the last moves, I just developed my pieces, I castled, bringing out everything as normal. Now, I will have to improve every single piece, so probably I will bring this knight here, and then I will move the queen up, I will bring the rook to d5, making pressure against the weakest pawn in my opponent's field. My opponent is already struggling because, yeah, they couldn't play the move knight there because this would be hanging, so they play g5, which is a horrible move. Horrible because my opponent is saying goodbye forever to the move f5, which would make this bishop strong. And this square is like available for my knight that could jump on d4 and then here. And the knight there looks really, really, really annoying because I can go with a check there, but I could also start to initiate a checkmate idea. Do you see it? Okay, let's play just b4 just to show one more time to my opponent that my pawns are very powerful because are kicking this knight back homey. Now, if this knight goes here, I can take, pawn takes, and take here with check, and that's very bad. If the knight goes there, I have this move, which is also very bad for them. So they might have to go here, which is very sad, not gonna lie. Also, I can take here, attacking the rook and the... Okay, they have an impossible decision. All the moves are bad. They choose the one that is probably the least bad. Okay, I take here, I want a pawn, I'm giving a check, and now I want to just give checkmate. Checky, checky, matey, matey. But I can take here. Another pawn attacking the rook. This rook can just be moved there, so I guess my opponent is thinking if to resign or to move on. Because the rook has just one square. Oh, okay, they want to sacrifice. Okay, fine. I mean, I'll accept the sacrifice. And we move this bishop back here. We are looking at this pawn. Usually, the pawn on the B and G file shouldn't be taken by the queen, because there is a very typical way to deal with it. That, for example, queen takes. Usually the pawn is here, but it doesn't matter in this situation. So let's say queen takes. Okay, now they took with the bishop. So queen takes, you have rook b1, and then you take the pawn in the b file, and you are also having a very strong rook there. Okay, we'll make the queen stronger, bring it to the party. Maybe queen here, bishop here, and then we have bing boom bum. Perfect. We are following the plan. This square is very well protected, so we don't have to worry about it. We could also play the move rook b1 and rook takes. Honestly, that was probably the best move. Okay, fine. This queen is not attacking anything. Let's play rook here. Oh my god. Oh my god. How could I allow this? Okay, I mean, luckily we have bishop there and there's nothing, but I shouldn't have allowed this. That could have been like just checkmate, you know? Or just a draw. If I cannot go here back with the bishop, I have to move the king there, and then there is bing, boom, bam, and this is a draw. Oh, my cheese macaroni. Oh, my cheese macaroni. Okay, we can go with the rook here, and we are giving mate at the next move. always don't relax, and look out for danger, because there is danger in every position. Never relax. This is the rule number 1 in order not to lose or not to throw a winning position. Do not relax. Now you can relax. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. There were lots of fighting games, but there is lots to learn from it. Check out day 16 if you missed out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for all your support during this speedrun. Bye!